Good evening. You're watching the Diamond News Desk at 8. My name is Sepongoma. These are the stories we'll be looking at this evening. Charcoal tomatoes drive price hike, and later on, civil society divided on impact of new tax measures in supplementary budget. Stay tuned for the details. The cost of living in Lusaka continues to rise, with the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, revealing that the basic needs and nutrition basket for a family of 5 climbed to 11,763 in June 2025, an increase of 4,090 Quacha from the previous month. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka on Thursday, JCTR Program Officer for Social and Economic Development, Quacha said the hike is mainly due to a sharp rise in charcoal prices. She disclosed that the cost of a 90 kg bag of charcoal jumped from 510 Quacha in May to 736 Quacha in June, a rise of 226 Quacha.
The cost of living in Lusaka has once again taken center stage as the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection reports a significant rise in the basic needs and nutrition basket for June 2025, underscoring persistent economic challenges for many urban households. For a family of 5, the cost of meeting basic food and non-food needs rose to 11,763 Quacha 86 Ngwe, marking an increase of 490 Quacha 41 Ngwe from the previous month. Speaking during a press briefing to update the country on the BNNB for the first half of 2025, JCTR Program Officer for Social and Economic Development, Quacha has attributed this surge primarily to a sharp increase in charcoal prices, which jumped by over 226 Quacha in just 1 month.
Basic needs and nutrition basket for Lusaka reveals a continued struggle for families to meet basic needs amidst persistently high costs. This situation profoundly impacts human dignity, a cornerstone of a just society. The analysis, covering January to June 2025, underscores the urgent need for robust economic interventions to alleviate the burden on Zambian households, particularly for those who are most vulnerable. And looking at the cost of living in Lusaka particularly, comparing June 2025 to May 2025, for a family of 5, the total basket saw an increase of 490 Quacha 41 Ngwe. This rise was primarily driven by the non-food component, which increased by 452 Quacha, whilst the food basket experienced a more moderate increase of 36 Quacha 38 Ngwe. Within the food items, notable increases were observed in chicken, carpenter, and tomatoes, while prices for roller meal, other fruits and bananas saw decreases.
This upward movement in charcoal prices is consistent with the significant increase observed in the JCTR's Lusaka BNNB for the same period, confirming that high energy costs remain a notable pressure point for households, even amidst the broader inflationary deceleration. JCTR therefore makes the following recommendations, guided by principles of human dignity, justice, and the common good. Number 1, government must enhance agricultural productivity and market efficiency. They must implement comprehensive strategies to stabilize food prices by strengthening agricultural production.
A check by Diamond News at markets around Lusaka found that a box of tomatoes now sells for as high as 450 Quacha, a dramatic increase from just 50 Quacha when the supply is at its peak. Tomato trader Rhoda Kwenda explains that the cold season has impacted tomato production, limiting supply and pushing prices upwards. Chicken trader Charity Mbulo and Mr. Siame Charcoal trader have echoed the sentiments.
Kai sanga endo kiwezo tukaenda camping amepeka 90 days mtu camping acha tutatu kusaka kuja kueleka 90 days iko mwanzo pesa katizona wakula saka 40 ka 50 kwacha wakula ita basi upepo pira modi pira mtu pesa kachangala one something mwanzo kuinga polo kulisa 150 160 180 isipalipa tutati ya soma karati pesa kwanti na yeye akira kwa ajako kwa 90 kwacha oro 100 kwacha kai na ni business.
The JCTR's BNNB has become a key indicator to urban poverty, often used by policymakers and civil society to track the real impact of economic decisions on ordinary Zambians. The center continues to call for targeted policy interventions to shield vulnerable communities from these persistent cost pressures. Rachel Mumba for Diamond News.
The civil society organization have responded with mixed reactions to the 33.6 billion Quacha supplementary budget presented by the Minister of Finance, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, particularly regarding the government's new tax measures. The Consumer Unit and Trust Society, Cuts International Lusaka, has raised concern over proposed increases in excise duties, warning they could negatively affect consumers and small businesses.
1. Increase the excise duty on cigarettes from 452 kwacha per 1,000 sticks or mil to 750 kwacha. 2. Revoke the 40% suspension of excise duty on clear beer and replace it with excise duty at 50%.
Civil society organizations are offering differing views on the recently announced 33.6 billion supplementary budget, with the new tax proposals drawing both criticism and praise. Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, in presenting the budget to Parliament, defended the tax hikes as part of government's broader strategy to reduce debt dependency and strengthen domestic resource mobilization. However, the measures, particularly the increase in excise duties, have triggered concern among some consumer advocates. The Consumer Unity and Trust Society International Communications Officer Nancy Siame has warned that raising taxes on products such as spirits and wines from 60% to 80%, reintroducing a 50% duty on clear alcohol, and doubling excise duty on sugary drinks could have unintended consequences.
While cuts supports the broader goal of reducing debt dependency and enhancing fiscal prudence, we are deeply concerned about the timing and potential unintended consequences of these measures on consumers and local producers, especially SMEs. Local producers continue to face high energy costs, limited access to affordable credit, a depreciating currency, and stiff competition from regional imports. If implemented without adequate safeguards, these measures risk increasing production costs, leading to higher prices for consumers, potential job losses, and in some cases, the closure of businesses.
On the other hand, the Center for Trade Policy and Development has welcomed part of the tax proposal, specifically the increase in tobacco import duty from 450 kwacha to 750 kwacha per 1,000 sticks. CTPD Monitoring and Evaluation Specialist Isaiah Mbewe says the move is in line with the World Health Organization's Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, which encourages countries to make tobacco products less affordable and accessible.
I'm happy that, through the supplementary budget which was proposed yesterday, it was indicated that there is an increase that has been proposed, towards tobacco-related products. And to be specific, I think they did highlight that there's an increase from about 460, if I'm not mistaken, to about 750. That is per 1,000 sticks of, a cigarette. That's, a welcome move from our end, but we want to see a situation where they increase it more. What we are trying to achieve, or what is our goal, is to reach the 75% WHO recommendation.
The supplementary budget comes at a time when the country is navigating complex economic recovery efforts, balancing between fiscal consolidation, debt restructuring, and social protection. Rachel Mumba For Diamond News,
let's now shift our attention and see what the Quacha's performance was like. Your Quacha's performance this evening will show you the Quacha against the United States dollar. Let's have a closer look here and see the USD was buying at 24 Quacha 10 Ngwe and selling at 24 Quacha 15 Ngwe. This is as goes of business today, 3rd July 2025. Let's now shift our attention to construction commodity prices. Our construction commodity prices, starting with a hand drill, is what we're looking at right now, and this will cost you somewhere around 2,840 Quacha for this particular device. Let's move on to the next device that we're looking at this evening. Now, do remember that these construction commodity prices are brought to you by the Zambia National Building Society. We're looking at a P-trap with adapter. This will cost you somewhere around 557 Quacha. So you can get any of these and make your home a dream home. Those are our construction commodity prices. Let's now take a look at what our commodity prices look like. Our commodity prices this evening will show you how much you'll be purchasing these goods when you go out to shop. Let's start with our food items and see what they cost like. Nothing much has changed from the last time we reviewed. 1 kg of beef at 110 Quacha. 5 kg of Nakonde rice at 175 Quacha is the lowest. 5 liters of cooking oil between 260 and 300 Quacha. Close it off with breakfast meal between 260 and 310 Quacha. Your non-food items look a little something like this, starting with 10 rolls of toilet paper that will cost you somewhere around 85 Quacha, and other items on the list for your non-food commodity prices are a little something like this. 175 grams of toothpaste at 37 Quacha, lowest price. 1.5 kg of washing powder at about 115 Quacha. These altogether are your commodity prices. That's what our business has in store for you. Let's take a look now at our investment news.